I am. What's happening, party people in the place to be? Getting all the gadgets all lined up here. Make sure we are on and populating. Happy Tuesday, last Tuesday of the month. Gee, we made it. We made it. Another month, another quarter. We made it. 9 months in. Whoa. Whoa, Nelly, we made it. Another quarter, another month, 9 months in, 3 months left, 90 days left. Oh my gosh. Zaw's in the building. Hello, everyone. What's up, Zaw? How's your week been? How was your weekend? How you doing? How you feeling? We got IG in the building. We got Kelly over here on the laptop. That's Kelly too. Teresa's in the building. Rhoda, hello, hello, hello. Almost time, she says. Rhoda says, Rhoda's ready. She's like, I don't know what y'all thinking about. But I'm ready. It's almost that time. It's almost that time. It's almost that time. How we feeling, y'all? Sandra Foster, where you been at? Where you been at? What's up, girl? What's happening? What's happening? How y'all feel this Tuesday evening? Rhoda laughing at me. What's up, Yaz? Yaz Love is over here on IG holding it down. Come on over to YouTube, Yaz. We are over here. We're over here. We're going to shut IG down in a little bit. We're in a little bit. How's everybody feeling? Feeling good. Rhoda says she's feeling good. She's feeling good. How y'all feeling today? We got a lot to talk about. We got lots and lots and lots to talk about. Working and travel. All right, Sandra's already in it. That's our topic tonight. She working and traveling for work. She working and I'm traveling for work. So not only am I working, Sandra said, I'm working and I'm traveling for the work. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Listen, we got a lot to talk about tonight. And Doll says, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Handmade 13 cards so far for a card campaign for active. Oh, I love it. Zal, it's handy. We got a handy person. I love it, Zal. Tell me more. Tell me more. What is the card campaign for active military? Hello, Loretta. How are you, my dear? Jay Rich is in the building. Hit that like button. Jay is my hype man. I love it. Jay said, Jay come in the door, y'all. He come in the door. Hit that like button. I know that's right, Jay. Jay, my hype man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Zal, tell us more. Tell us more. You got a card campaign for the military, active military. What's that all about? What's that all about? What's that all about? What's that all about? Now, Zal is handy. She's creative. I love it. I would love to know more. Doc, wait a minute. Hold the phone. 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 Doc is in the doggone building. What's up, Doc? How you doing? We miss you. We miss you. IG, come on over to YouTube. It's a party over here. It's a party over here. It's a party over here. What is going on? Zal said, make cards for them to have to send home to their family. Oh, woman after my own heart. Helping others. That's what it's all about. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. I need to go get my keyboard. Okay, we'll wait on you. We'll be here when you get back. So we'll be here. We'll be here. How you doing, Doc? How you doing? We missed it, did you? Hey, I missed you all too. Hope you've been well. Yes. We are a lot better now that you're here, my dear. We're a lot better. All right, y'all, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about. So the topic today, let me pause this music. Yeah, I know I can listen to music all the days of my life. It's just something. It just gets you, it relaxes me, right? It relaxes me. I don't know. Tasha's in the building. Hi, Kelly. Hello, Tasha. What's up, girl? I'm fair. I'm fair. Okay. Okay. We'll take it. Still working on improving health wise. Thank you for asking. All right. We love you. We love you. Um, listen, there's a lot happening. Tonight we're talking about working globally, right? How does all that work? Have we even thought about it? You know, when we get together, right, we're always thinking about changing our perspective towards different things. Maybe we thought about it before. Maybe we haven't never given it any thought. Maybe we have a thought about it and we may need to look at things a little differently, right? We might, we don't know. We don't know. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about working globally, what it's all about, right? So we're going to tap in and we're going to talk about working globally. And I'm going to go through some folks that are already working globally, why they're working globally, where they're working at. We're going to talk about, how do you even go about thinking about doing something like that? And then, of course, I'm going to give you some takeaways so you can take with you and you can do your own digging and research. And I'm just giving you a little something to kick you to get you started. Is that all right? Is that all right? Teresa said, that's my dream. I want to work globally. I know that's right. Giles said, the current card campaign is asking for general everyday cards, non-holiday. So missing you, birthday, just because. I love that. Zal, you got to join our new community and drop that in there. That's something that we can do. We're looking for stuff to do inside of there. So come on in. I'm going to drop the link. Susie Q. Hey, Mamacita. Hello. Teresa, we can make that a reality, my friend. We can definitely. Andrea, hello. Am I saying it right? Make sure I'm saying it right, Andrea. Hello, my friend. Welcome. Latasha said, yes, I'm not sure how all of that works. Okay, we're going to talk about it tonight, okay? Hey, Susie Q. So I said it right, Andrea? Okay, cool. And so first, before we get started, though, I wanted to give you an outline because we are going to talk about that. But you know that if you're new to the community, first of all, welcome. We're glad you're here. We're a community of loving folks. We're going to love on you till you tell us to stop. And we talk about all kinds of things, right? Career related. For midlife career professionals, because there isn't too many spots out there for us. So I love to talk about that because that's what I am, right? And I can speak to that because that's where I have experience in. And I always like to get my information from those that can tell me the ups and downs and been through it themselves. I don't want somebody that hasn't worked on the tire to come and say they can fix my tire. I need you to have some experience, right? So that's what we do up in here. And we're glad to have you if you're new to us. And I say that because we're always bringing about awareness with things, right? We want to share what's happening from a workplace perspective, from career, from being on our career journey. So I want to bring awareness. I'm not the person. Did I hit something and that went off? Oh, I must have did something. My bad, y'all. I'm looking at the light behind me. I'm not the person that's going to bring you doom and gloom to get a reaction. You will always know, and I got some witnesses in here that'll tell you, Susan's been with me for a long time, Teresa has too, that I always bring things to your awareness. Okay, I don't play and I don't do the scare tactics or anything like that. I will tell you about things that's happening just so you can be aware. One of those things I want to bring up tonight, Tivia, hi. One of those things that's happening right now, if you haven't heard, this has nothing to do with well, I'll take that back. I'll tie it together. Is the government shutdown 4 days away to a possible government shutdown? What does that mean, Kelly? That means that the somebody fact check me if I'm wrong. Is it Congress and Senate and the president can't come to an agreement on, they're called, what's it called? Appropriation bills, basically the spending bills, right? So I talked about this last week and I shared that the government is on a fiscal year. The fiscal year starts October 1st. Before October 1st, they have to have signed these bills. There's about 12 of them. If they do not sign, that means that certain agencies do not receive funding. So think about the people that inspect our food from the USDA, right? Think about the TSA when you're going through what is that, y'all? The airport, right? All of these people won't get their paychecks and they won't get paid because the government can't come to an agreement on bills that are being passed in order to provide the budget for these agencies. So there's the Department of Defense is an agency, right? TSA is government workers. They work for a particular agency. So if they can't come together and make a decision by October 1st, there will be a government shutdown. Now, we've been through government shutdowns before. As a matter of fact, there have been 21. And the longest that I can recall, again, y'all always fact check me, it was 2018, 35 days long. There was over 800,000 people who were furloughed. That's why I'm bringing this up. Just for your awareness, that's why it's always important, right, to have a toolkit. We talk about that here. If you're new to me, we talk about each week we're together, we're just putting stuff in our toolbox. So in case we need to pull something out, right? If you need to size that frame or that picture on your wall, you never use the sizing thing that's in your toolkit. But if you need it, it's there. You can go get it. That's what this is about. So I'm just bringing it to your awareness. I highly encourage you all to, you can set Google alerts, right? And if you drop a comment when I drop this video tomorrow, I'll put a comment and show you how to do that. I just set my Google alerts. I'm not a person that even has a TV I only have one television because I don't watch TV. But I do keep up on things that are important, that I believe are important. And I want to share that with you. If you haven't been watching, I recommend you just see what happens. By the time we get together next week, we'll know, right? So I wanted to bring that to your awareness. Now, this ties in. What's up, Francine? What's up? Ooh, what a great question. What a great question. I love that, Francine. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. While they deciding about our money, right? Let me not go there. Let me get on topic. That's why y'all here. So this ties into what we're talking about tonight, working globally. I'm going to share with you some folks that are working globally that have some comments about our infamous US government. But to kick things off, when we start thinking about working abroad and working globally, one of the things I did before the pandemic is I traveled to 3 countries a year when I was working in corporate America and prior to COVID. It was something that I was intentional about. I'm not fancy, y'all can tell. I don't need no jewelry, no fancy clothes, nothing. I like to spend my money on experiences and investing in myself. Just 2 things. I love experiences and I will invest in myself. Y'all know I had a whole thing of books. I invest in myself. I just hired another coach for myself, a business coach, right? Those are things that are important to me, right? So those are things I spend my money on. And so when I did travel, as I got older, I started thinking about where would I want to live? Because I've always wanted to live abroad, right? Because just like Teresa was saying, she and I are a lot alike in that way, right? And I've always wanted. So one day I was in Aruba and we're outside just chilling. And they had, you know how they have the swim up bars? I don't drink, but I was sitting at the bar. It was a couple that was sitting next to me. And, we just started a conversation and they were talking and I was, you're on vacation? I'm like, yeah, where you from? From Atlanta. Where you from? And so there's like, well, we've been here. This is our 2nd month. And I was like, 2nd month? And they were like, yeah, we have our 2nd home here in the building. It was a nice building. I just came over there to get in the pool. I wasn't staying there, but it was nice. And they said, this is our 2nd home. I was like, wow, I would love to do it. And I'm like, well, you absolutely can do that. And so they start talking about how to start planning and doing that. But I had never, I'm like, where would I work? Where would I live? How much money would I be making? What about my friends? Can I go to stuff like that be in my mind? But it just didn't. But I never forgot that conversation because they were just so chill and so relaxed. And I was like, imagine just living here. And I don't think that we think about having a vacation as a life versus taking a vacation. There are some people that live their life like we think about vacations. And so ever since that conversation, it's been about maybe 10 years ago, I've never forgot that. Because to me, if I can see someone else doing it, all I need is the blueprint. I'm not a person that doesn't believe that I can't do something, right? I share that with you because the same is true for you. It's about, is it something you want to do? And do you believe you can do it? So if you want to work abroad, if you want to work out of the country, it's possible. If you want a second home out of the country, second home somewhere, it's possible. I always want us to think differently than everybody else, because we are. And I know if you're here and you're looking at me and something about the conversation or the things that I say resonates with you, I know we are a lot alike. So I know you feel the same way. The first thing I want us to think about when it comes to working abroad is that it's different. They don't care about titles. You can't think because I'm a financial analyst, I need to look in Dubai and see where the financial analysts are. Financialists. That's not how it works. It's not about transferring a title. It's about transitioning a skill. So the first thing we have to do is change our mindset about making that type of move. It's not the US. Titles don't translate. It doesn't transfer. So the first thing we want to think about is our skill set. This is why we always talk about our skill set. And reskill, y'all hear those that have been here, y'all hear me say this 1,000 times. Is that important? Not just for working in another country, but because in a few days, a few years, y'all, that's the only thing that's going to matter. And you know what's funny? I thought about this too. It's kind of like when bell bottoms were in style. You know how it came back around? Y'all remember they used to call the work we do trades and vocations? It's really, really similar. It's not they didn't have titles. They did, but they didn't really focus on it. They focused on your trade. I remember my aunt said that. She's older, of course. And I laughed, but it made me think. I'm like, you know what? That's interesting. Because that's coming back around. So your skills, your set of skills that you have, this is what I want you to hold dear and close to you. This is what I want you to nurture. This is what I want you to ensure that it is at its best. Meaning, if you need to learn a new tool, a new software, a new update, just like your phone, you update it. You should be doing that with your skills, because the only way that's going to translate, if you move to Dubai, if you move to Antarctica, if you move to Aruba, they're going to want to know your skills, not your title. So the first thing I want you to think about when it comes to working abroad, and we're going to go deeper and we're going to see some folks that's doing it, and I'm going to give you some things. So get your pen and your pad. I'm going to give you some places you can go to check out and see what's open. I want you to change your mindset about transitioning into a country. It's not about your title. They don't care about your title. What can you do? The second thing, and I know this one is going to be a little difficult, is the pay. People come over here because of our pay. But hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. If I can show you places that will get you a place to stay, get you a car, feed you, then would you consider making a move? Because you wouldn't have to take your pay and pay for that. Again, what we're doing, y'all, in this first segment before we move on, we're changing our mindset. You can move over. It's a lady that moved to Honduras. They paid for her place. They paid for a car. She even got a stipend. She got bonuses. She said she still can save half her check, and she took 60% less than what she's making in the US. That's what she makes in Honduras. And she still was able to save half of that money. The cost of living is so much lower, and she's loving it. She said she'll never come back to the US. So if it's something you want to do, you first, this is the most important thing I'm going to say tonight. You got to change your mindset. It's got to change. I know Teresa. I know, what's up, Ange? I know Angela. I know somebody just, Rhoda, right? We're going to be in a masterclass in a few weeks. These ladies want to change their minds about how they get their money, how they make a living, the quality of their life when it comes to their skill set. There's more to do than just go and work for somebody else with what you know. There's nothing wrong with it. But get the options because there's so many out here. Leverage what you know. That's what tonight is about. That's what this entire us coming together every week is about. Options and leveraging what you know. I highly encourage for those that are new to check out the videos that's on the channel. That's all I do, is I want to ensure that we're thinking for ourselves. We've been taught what to think. We've never been taught how to think. My goal, and why I'm here, is to help us to think on our own about what we have. Okay, so we want to think about our titles. They don't translate. We want to just not forget about it, but I don't want you looking up on job boards, because what I'm going to show you, they're not job boards. Don't think about your title. Think about what it is, your scope of work. The second thing, remember, the pay is going to be less. I'll just put it out there. It's going to be less. Not everywhere, but for the most part. But if you're thinking, I don't want to say thinking right, but if you're thinking, if you're already aware of this, which we're talking about, so you're thinking about it now. If they're gonna pay for my light bill, they're gonna pay for my mortgage or my rent, they're gonna give me a car, and I'm gonna have money for gas, and I can pay. Like, how much do I really need? Right? We're thinking about that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go through the mindset piece. Let me make sure. Let me just make sure I didn't forget anything, because this is the most important part. This is the most important part. All right, what y'all saying? What y'all think? What we think about that? I wanted to make sure tonight that we kind of change the format. I know I've been creating presentations, but sometimes it's just good to have a conversation. I want to change the format. I think in 2024, we're going to change the format altogether. I think that'll be good for us. The other thing I wanted to share is when it comes to the countries, and we're going to go deeper on this, you want to know who's looking for what you have. It's important that before you go and you base it off of your skill set, and I'm going to show you how. I'm going to give you some tools to do this. You want to know what's in demand over there. Do they need what I have? I'm a recruiter. Do they hire recruiters over there? Right? Is it in demand? Is it can I get work over there? Right? The skill set that I have, not the title. Right? So you're going to look for the country, of course, where you want to go first, but do they look for what I have? This type of skills that I have? Okay. So we know about the title, we know about the salary, and we know that we have to pick a country that also aligns to the skills that we have, right? That's our mindset piece. Are we good with that piece? We can move on. Now, let's look at some people that's already done this, right? Let's look at some people, and I'll circle back if there's any questions. Okay, I see y'all talking. Let's look at some folks that's already done this. If you're on IG, hop on over to YouTube. I'm going to shut you guys down because my battery is low, but hop on over to YouTube. You can look me up at I am Kelly Jackson. All right. Let me know when you get over here. Say, I'm here, Kelly. I'm here. Bye. All right. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me share my screen, and we're going to look at some folks that's already doing this. We're going to look at just a few. We're going to look at just a few folks, just to give us an idea of some folks that's already doing this. So let me share my screen. Let's see, where are we? Entire screen. I'll just go here. Okay, let me know if y'all can see it. I know it takes a minute to load. Let me refresh and we'll get into it. Now, there are 16 of these examples, but we're going to only go through a few just to give you an idea. So this is American expats that are sharing the wild differences between working in the U.S. versus the rest of the world. You see this date, September 16th, 2023 at 8 a.m. So this was 10 days ago. Here we go. Recently, I asked Americans in the BuzzFeed community to share their experiences living and working abroad and how they compared to the US. The replies were thorough, thoughtful, and eye opening. And to be honest, I learned other countries treat their workers much different. So let's hear what everyone had to say. The neat thing about working in the UK, you don't have to do taxes. The government already knows what you make. You can always send in a request for review if something has changed through the year or if you think they calculated it wrong. But it's just a little note saying, hey, can you take another look at this? It's awesome. Now, while many people don't have to file their own taxes in the UK, a good number of workers still do, like those that are self-employed or those that make a total taxable income of more than £100,000. Now, I've lived and worked in New Zealand for 7 years now, this person says. The work culture is very different. 10 sick days a year, 4 weeks annual leave that you aren't judged or frowned upon for using, better work-life balance, less pressure to climb your way to the top. People are willing to help you grow and teach you if you ever want to try something new. I like to say there's not as much of a rat race here. This is New Zealand, y'all. What we think about New Zealand? Here's another one. I moved to Canada 5 years ago. Income tax is the same, but I get healthcare, which is a huge bonus. I get roughly the same base amount of time off, but the pay is higher. And when I'm sick, and I no longer have to make the groceries versus doctor decision. Who's had to do that? Make a grocery versus a doctor decision. I think that is so sad. Let's look at another one. Now there's 16 here. We won't go through all 16. We'll just look at a few more. I live in Germany. And while immigration and the bureaucracy was incredibly difficult, I have nothing but positive to say about living here. Vacation time is a priority, and depending on where you live, minimum wage can actually be enough to support you. Check that out, minimum wage, y'all. Healthcare is good, and the insurance doesn't argue with what the doctor says it needed. We pay social insurance every month from our paychecks, and that covers you if you cannot work or if you lose your job. You get paid for 6 days as well. Now, the government, which one was this? This was for Germany. Now, this made me think about Germany. The government properly works for its people, and there are so many departments and offices that you can find help when you need it. The more I learn about the inner workings of German elections and the safeguards in place within their government, the more I realize how flawed the US government and election system is. We just talked about this. While I love my country and I'm thankful for the opportunities being American has given me, I am flat out scared with the direction the US government is taking. Let's do one more. So I teach at a secondary school in France, which means 18 hours of classes a week, which I've arranged into 4-day work week. Don't get me wrong. I spend lots of time planning, preparing, and correcting papers, but I can't imagine ever going back to that all-day bell-to-bell schedule in the U.S. Now, these were 16. I'll drop the link if you all want to read all of them, but I do want to read this last one because I think this is also about Germany. This made me think about Germany, y'all. This is the last one. Check this out. I came to Germany many years ago via the U.S. military as a civilian. After many years, I received my permanent residency. The difference between Germany and the U.S. is night and day. Firstly, it seems it takes an act of God to get fired in Germany. The regulations that protect employees' rights are much more strenuous here, and I'm not even a union member. Nobody, no matter how badly they've messed up, is ever left high and dry with no income. It just doesn't happen unless you murder your office mate or something really, really extreme. And even in that case, you won't likely be turned down for unemployment. The second reason is not only do I automatically now get 6 weeks of vacation per year, I also get unlimited sick leave. Sick absences do not require proof unless they are more than 3 days. And I've seen doctors write 2-week notes for mild colds. It's wild. I had spinal surgery last year and got 9 weeks off. The company paid my full salary for the first 6 weeks. Then it went down to 75% or so. But the remaining 25% was made up by my health insurance, which is not private. The German mentality is, in my view, if you're sick, period. The third reason for Germany is I've never been pregnant, but my colleagues generally take 6 to 12 months off after giving birth. But if they want more time off, they can have it. Fathers too, by the way. Even if they're not collecting income during that time, their job must be waiting for them when they return. One colleague of mine had triplets, so she got 2 years off. The last thing for Germany is there is no stress when asking for time off. Quality of your overall life is so much more of a priority here. When you want to take a vacation, nobody guilts you, even if you want to take time off at the same time as your colleagues. I've seen entire, granted smaller, companies shut down for the month of August to accommodate vacations. It's totally wild, y'all. It would never, ever happen in the US. You do not get work calls, emails, or messages while you're on vacation because your time off is respected by everyone, even your friends. It is for this reason and the healthcare situation over here that I will never return to the United States to live and work. It's just too good here. All right, y'all, you heard it. You heard it. What we thinking? What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying about that, y'all? Let me see what y'all talking about. I don't know, y'all. Germany, I never thought about it. I've passed through Germany in a lot of my trips, and I never thought about Germany. I know. Let me see what y'all saying. What's up, Ange? I'm telling you, God got me on here tonight. Hear this. All right, Francine, I heard that. Hey, Camille. You need a new me. Teresa Collins said, need a new me. Congress does not continue to get paid. Oh, Latasha told us, y'all. Somebody asked about that. Thank you, Tosh. Hey, Miss Shura, so glad to be listening. Oh, so glad you're here. Mindset is key. That's it, Teresa. That's it. Oh, Ange, how are you? If the pay for all of that, I probably would only need that. That's what I'm saying, Zal. I don't need a lot either. I'm simple. I would think that I still get paid more than $12,000 a year. Yeah, I'm sure. Susan said, but if you're in Dubai, don't they discriminate against women? I got a lot of stories about that, Susan. They say they don't, but that has not been my experience. I'm gonna tell the truth all the time. Sandra said, I've been in this mindset about wanting to visit and or travel to South Korea for work. Blame K-dramas. But I can't see any way that my skills would be valuable there. I don't know. We might need to look into it. I'm gonna give you all some things to look into in just a second. Jay Rich said, good evening, friends. Please hit this up. Oh, thank you, Jay. Y'all hit the like button. It does help me. It does. Thank you so much. Andrea said, yes. Jay Rich said, I've been mulling over dual citizenship for about a year now. That is a timely message. Yeah, me too. Sweet, that part. Highly concerned about the direction. I am too, T. I know, right? I know that's right, Angela. Here we come. So those are just a few testimonies. Let me drop the link. I always say that and I don't do it, right, y'all? Let me give y'all the link just in case you want to read it. There's 16 of these. There's 16 and they're so good. I read them all. They're so good. I'm going to drop the link for that in case you want to read it on your own. So get your notepads. I'm going to give you a lot of information, okay, in no particular order. And for those that are thinking about it, and here's the thing, remember, we talked about at the top of the hour, just having options and putting things in our toolkit, just to have in case we need it, right? We don't know what's going to happen with the government. We just don't know, y'all. We just don't know. We got an election coming up next year. We just want to have, if we need to pull and get something, we want to be able to do it. We don't want to be scrambling. We always want to, just have things available to us if we can. So we talked about that mindset change, right? Thinking about the salary, transferable skills, and also when it comes to visas, right? I'm not going to get too deep. Now, being in recruiting, we dealt a lot with this because a lot of candidates that want to come over for employment, right? We would have to sponsor some we wouldn't. It's expensive for companies, for employers to sponsor visas. Although they do, now it's at the point where it's for highly critical skills for the most part. And again, I could go down we can do a whole week on visas, but for us tonight, One thing to think about, and here we go. If you want to start writing this down, one thing to think about is student visas. It's not just for student. There's no cap. There's no age for any country. There's no age. It don't go up to just 18 or 23. There's no age cap. You can go over and be a student. Now, why would you do that? And you all look this up, right? Here's why you would do that. Because getting a student visa for employment can be a stepping stone for you to test it out. I might want to go over to Germany. Let me just see. Let me get a student visa to go and work over here just for a year or for 3 months or 6 months, right? Or maybe for an internship. See whatever is available. Again, you got to do some digging. I'm going to bring it to your awareness and give you some things to check out. But there's no cap on it, right? So when it comes to student visa, that may be a way to just kind of check it out. The other thing is what I mentioned before is companies sponsoring you. If you can get a company to sponsor you, a company out of the country, right? That's another way to get in. Okay. Here's the other thing. I want you to think about the people that come over here. That's going to be you when you go to another country. You are now the immigrant. So think about yourself just like that. You have to know the laws. You have to know the culture. You need to know the type of visa. You need to know the work. You need to know all of that, right? Before going over. That's why you do your research first. And you start digging around first to see everything I need to prepare yourself. Start thinking about, don't think, I need a bank account. What if they ain't got those over there? All of these are little bitty details that you have to think about. So I wanted to share 3 things. So I gave you 3 things in terms of a mindset. I'm going to give you 3 things now in terms of maybe just dipping your toe in. And we talked about the first one, which is a student visa, right? This allows you to go over. There's no age cap, maybe for part-time work, right? Maybe you want to go over there and get some skills, right? So think about that. Look it up. Do your own research. Do all of that. But student visa is one way. Another way, which we talk about on here all the time, is LinkedIn. I know. Some of us don't like it. Some of us don't see a use for it, but I'm telling you, it's for more than just jobs. Okay. Now listen, we're in a global society. LinkedIn is a global professional platform. Forget about your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, TikToks. Let's separate them. Okay. LinkedIn is a professional platform and people are on there from around the world. I'll tell you this. I have 2 partners. Both of them are out of the countries I'd never heard of before. One of them became a client in my staffing agency. It's from Limassol, Cyprus. Who's heard of that? I had never heard of it before, but we did business because I'm on LinkedIn. Okay. Do not, Again, you have a certain skill set, and the way you nurture it, the way you keep up with it, the way you leverage what you know is not by just going to Indeed. You can put your skills out there and let people come to you. And it may not be just for a job. There could be an opportunity for you. They can say, hey, Teresa, I know you've been a project manager. And, we really would love for you to come and speak about how the U.S. does their PMOs. Right? But they can't find you if you're not out there. Do not take everything you have that's available to you for free. Don't take that for granted. Get those LinkedIn things updated. We just talked about a possible government shutdown. We don't know what's going to happen around these parts with the government. You want to have some options, y'all. You want options. Everything should be updated. Resume, LinkedIn profile, everything should be updated. And LinkedIn is not just for jobs. There's groups on there you can get in. There's groups that you can be a part of, right? There's events that happen. There's tons of events. And the other thing, let me drop the Discord in there because I'm going to start sharing some of those events that I attend. That's all over the world. And I'll just listen in sometimes, and we can listen in together on the site. Hold on, let me find it. What y'all thinking? What y'all saying? So again, stay on top of your career. It's yours. It's yours. And again, we have to think differently. We don't hear a lot of this talk about nurturing and taking care of our careers. We just hear what to do. We've always been told what to do, right? I want you now to think about how to think about your career and the skills that you have. All of you all have a set of skills. Everybody on here looking at me right now, you have a set of skills that you can leverage to do different things, right? And imagine if you had your LinkedIn updated and it just tells exactly what your skill set is. Imagine if you go to the embassy or the U.S. embassy or the UK or be an ambassador or whatever, and it's like, you know what? Can you come over and show us how to? It happens every single day, y'all. It happens every day. I can tell you stories about this. It happens all the time, but you have to be findable. All right. Now that's our Discord. I won't go into that. I did a video on YouTube. You can check that out. It's on here. I updated it as well. Okay, so we're talking now about the ways to kind of dip our toe in, right? If we're thinking about working abroad, the first thing we talked about was the visa, a student visa. There's no age cap. Look it up. Do your research on it, right? The second thing is LinkedIn. Don't just use it for jobs. Put your stuff out there. And then the third one we actually talked about last week, and that's federal government. You can go through what's that called, y'all? A contracting. Some of the military bases. Zal was telling us that she create cards for some folks that are in the military, right? She could share with us some of those military bases, some agencies, some departments. That's the third way that you can also work abroad. You don't have to be in the military to work with the military. I'll be talking about that in a couple of weeks during our workshop. All right. So 3 ways, right? Your visa, your LinkedIn, and federal government. Write that down and check them out. Now let's get to the good stuff. I know you want to talk about it. I know you want to get to it. So I'm going to share with you all now. Make sure we're good on time. Some different openings and some different places that you can go. Okay. Let me see what y'all saying. Are we good? From your lips. I see you. I see you, T. I see you. What's up, Margie? LinkedIn is a treasure. Y'all see what Margie said, right? Y'all see what Margie said? GE, Annette said, hey, Annette. GE, Kelly. GE, Annette said, y'all see that, right? Doc said overseas laws can change quite frequently without notice. Best of all. So always check out the laws. All of that can happen. There was a lady that went to Mexico to live. Now it was her fault. I'm sorry to say, but it was her fault. She signed a lease to live over there for 2 years in Mexico. And she ended up didn't like it, but they don't play that over there. It was a real up to do thing, right? She, wanted to be, fancy and all of that. And so she signed a 2-year lease. I'm over in Mexico. I'm doing my thing. She stayed, 90 days, 4 months or whatever. And all of a sudden she want to go home. It don't work like that. You didn't sign with these folks. You got to pay these folks. So she got on, she was on TikTok. She was been all over LinkedIn. She'd been on everything, crying and want the president to help. You signed the lease. They want their money. You can go, but you won't give us our money. And that's right down the street in Mexico. So like Doc was saying, you got to check all of this stuff out, you all. Now, I will say there were people in her comments that were like, I've been living in Mexico for 8 years. I've had no problems. Something's not right. She was on there with her daughter and they was crying and all that. But I'm the type of person, and maybe because it's my HR, whatever background, I need the details before I start crying with you. I'm gonna need the details. Like, wait a minute. I get it, the crying, but I'm gonna need the details. And that's what happened. She signed a lease and now she ain't like it. Now she ready to go. You got to pay them folks their money. They could have rented it to somebody else. I see both sides. She ready to go because she, you miss home and all of that. You gotta be careful, y'all. You gotta be careful. Clifford said you can YouTube people's experience that have lived particular company. You absolutely can. Margie said, "Link, yes, it is a treasure, y'all. It is a treasure." Doc said, Let's see, Kelly, we talked before in 2019 and 2020. I shared with you that I lived in the UAE before. One thing that I will share, anyone that moves abroad to work, learn the laws. Y'all see what Doc is saying. Learn the laws, customs, cultures before you move. If you have family, spouse, mom, or dad goes with you, understand the laws on sponsoring them, fees, time, direction, and exact step. That's absolutely correct. That's absolutely correct. Teresa said, what is best, going abroad or working remotely for a foreign country? That would be up to you, Teresa. Like, it would depend on like what your goal is. If it's something like, if you wanted to work abroad, I think I would, me personally, I'm not giving you a recommendation, but I would test it out, right? Because I don't want to get in a situation like that lady and like hate it, think I loved it and like hate it. I remember I went to St. Lucia and I spent like 14 days. I had booked it and everything. I'm like, because I love the beach and I wanted to be, I was ready to go home after 4 days, right? I love the beach, but it taught me a lesson, right? Is you may think you want to, but I would go test it out. Now, Aruba, I love. I could stay there forever. I've been there enough times to know that that's somewhere I could absolutely stay for forever. But to Doc's point, you definitely have to check it out. Definitely have to check it out. And I'm not painting a picture that is rosy. This is just something, and it's not, I don't think it's bad or, you know, the best thing in the world. It's just an option, right? And with everything, you should do your research, your due diligence, and see what's going to work best for you. All right. Zal said, I really do want to figure out how to accurately market myself on LinkedIn. I need to figure out these LinkedIn groups too. Absolutely, Zal. I'm here for you. If you need me, I'm here for you. I dropped my link and we could definitely have a conversation about that. Francine said, all ears. What about countries in Africa, Ghana, Liberia, South Africa? Actually, I just have a conversation and I'm having a conversation tomorrow with someone that will be in Senegal. Here's another, just popped in my head. Write this down, y'all. Y'all can look this up. There is something that's happening in Senegal. It's called, get the term right, energy poverty. Anybody know? Anybody heard about? Doc may have heard about it. Energy poverty. This is happening in Senegal, and all of the world, all of the oil and energy leaders, Chevron, Shell, BP, all of them will be over there next month. I say that because there will be some opportunities coming. I'm meeting with someone who's going to be on the panel. I'm meeting with them tomorrow, and my only well, I'm not gonna say my only reason, but I'm just saying I'm meeting with them tomorrow. I share that because therein lies, one, another sector or industry you may or may not have thought about, and two, that's an area, Jay, that that is putting a lot of attention and is getting a lot of attention on the energy sector. So I don't know if that's helpful or not, but there's definitely opportunities everywhere. It didn't open, Rhoda. I don't know why not. I don't know why it didn't open. Give me a second. Let me see what y'all saying. I'm in here. Let me see. Let me. You know what? Maybe it expired. Let me get you another one. This is free, y'all. Y'all can just jump in if you want. It's a bunch of us in here already. I did a video on it. Also, the link is also in the video if you want to check the video out. I did the video on it as well. Let me see, Rhoda, if I can get another link. Copy. Okay, I'm going to give you another one. That one may have expired. And then let's move on. I want to give you all some tips. I know we're running close to time here. So here's the Discord. This is community. And I just drop a lot of stuff because y'all can tell I hear a lot of stuff, right? So I said I am trying to transition, trying to figure out what my special set of skills are, which ones I want to display, and the ones I'm not interested in using to. We can definitely do that. So that's easy peasy, my friend. Easy peasy. We can do that. We can do that. I'm going to drop my link in the chat as well. If somebody wants to get together, if you need to update your LinkedIn, your resume, if you just want to talk through a strategy, happy to do that with you as well. There's my link. Annette said, I work for an Asian family business. They paid for my travel and firsthand experience. That's amazing. Shanghai, Hangzhou, am I saying that right? In Hong Kong? Yeah, I went to Japan a few years ago. I loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. Teresa said, before LinkedIn, I was asked to move to Amsterdam to create a training program for British Telecom. Wow, T, exactly like you mentioned. I need that again now. I was there for, we can leverage that, right? Because you have experience in doing those types of transitions. Y'all leverage, and Annette as well. That's something, Annette, you probably already make sure that's on your LinkedIn profile. All of this, you all, especially now, y'all, especially now, put it out there to the world. Camille said myself as well. So, okay. Let me keep going. I'll come back to comments because I'll keep reading. Let me give y'all what you're here for. First one, I'm gonna give you. This is third part in the final part. I'm gonna give you a lot of stuff. Pen and pads ready. Here we go. The first one is, let me do it this way. This is working in Europe. These places I'm about to show you are hiring right now. Okay, hiring right now. Let me share my screen. Let's go. Here we go. All right, here we go, y'all. Let's start here. This is called European Center for the Development of Vocational Training. It's a long acronym, is CEDEFOP. That's what you're going to Google, and that's what you're going to put in the search bar. Now, after this session that we're doing tonight is over, I'm going to load this on YouTube, and I will put the links below. All right. Again, I'll say it again. This is called the European Center for the Development of Vocational Training. It's CEDEFOP.com. Now, this is where you can find information on skills that are in demand right now. Okay, right now. So what you want to do, hold on, is, make sure I get it right. You want to put in, you want to go to publications and reports, right? So when you get to the site, you're going to go to publications and reports, and you want to go to country specific reports. You're going to click on that. So you pick the country that you want to go to. You can see them all listed here, right? You see, we got Austria, Belgium, Bulgaria. Is that Czechia? How do I say that, y'all? Czechia, Cyprus. I was just talking about, I had never heard of Cyprus, you all. And I was contacted on LinkedIn about a position. Croatia, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Greece, Germany, France. It goes on and on and on. Now, as you can see, it says, right, skills forecast country reports, skills forecast. It just talks about skills. How long have I been telling you all? How long? It's about your skills. It's about your skills. All right. So you can go here, figure out the country that you're thinking about, or read through them all, and they will give you the forecast for the skills that they're looking for. Okay. Again, if you come back to this tomorrow, I will have the link up and I'll have all the links in there. This is one. We got many to go through, so I'm kind of rushing through these, but I want to give them all to you. Now, the second thing you can do related to this same scenario, and I'm going to share my screen so I can show you. I can show you this. Hold on. I'm going to pull it up so I don't lose it. Okay, so where'd y'all go? Oh, man. Oh, here you go. Okay. Am I sharing? Something's not right. Okay, there we go. Okay, y'all can see my screen. It should say Google. Hold on, let me see. I was typing too fast. Can y'all see it? Okay, so you're going to go to Google. Okay, here's the 3 words I want you to put in. Write this down. Shortage, occupation, and I didn't even finish. You can already see it. After you put shortage, occupation, you're going to put list. And you can already see, I didn't even type it. You put in whatever country you're interested in. You use those 3 words, shortage, occupation, list. Whatever country you're interested in, you put that after it. So let's go to Germany. Now that I have this affinity for Germany, you click on it. It's going to give you a lot of different links, but you're looking for their link. You're looking for Germany's government link, right? Says news. This says qualified professionals make it in Germany. You go through here and you start going through these different links. Here's the one I just gave you, the CEDEFOP, right? You can click on this, and here's what you're looking for. Here's another one, shortage occupations. This tells you where they're having labor shortages, right? This tells you that. Let's just click on this one because we just got through looking at this one. Let me see if you all can see it if I click on it. So it says mismatch priority occupations, okay? And it'll show you right here. As you scroll down, let me see if y'all can see it. You see right there? Mismatch priority occupations. It gives them to you. They telling you, here's what we need. This is exactly what we need. It's telling you all, right? And it shows you right here, experience recruiting difficulties, shortage occupations, nurses. It's a whole list of things, teachers and educators, administrative professionals, medical doctors, ICT developers and scientists and engineers, other possible surplus occupations, right? You do this at this website. You put in mismatch priority occupations and you put your country. This is for Germany. Y'all with me? All right, let's keep moving. I know we're at time almost. I think we're okay, right? I don't know why it's flipping out on me, y'all. Let me come back to y'all. Okay, the second one, or I don't know what number we're on. Let's pause right there. Let me slow down. Let me pause and make sure y'all okay. Okay, y'all all right? Okay, y'all. All right. Okay. Now let me do this. Why is it's moving on its own? Y'all can't see it, but it's moving on its own. Let me give you the top three countries. Top 3 countries. Let me do this. Let me see you guess in the chat what you think is the number 1 country that's hiring that wants people from the US. What country do y'all think that is? Drop in the chat. Let me see what y'all saying. Top 3 countries. I mean, what's the number 1 country that's hiring for US people or that's looking for people? What do y'all think? What country it is? What country do you think that is? I think I named it already. What country do you think is looking for workers right now? What's the number 1 country? The number 1. If you had to guess, what's the number 1 country? Number 1. Dubai, France, Britain, Japan, Dubai. What else? My thing is moving slow, y'all. I can see y'all over here. South Korea, Germany. Okay, let's see who got it right. Coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 3. Which I think number 3 is. Number 3 is New Zealand. New Zealand is looking for you. New Zealand is looking for you. New Zealand is looking for you. Here's some of the things. I'll drop the site again. It'll be underneath the video. Here's what they're looking for, right? Long-term skill shortage list requests. Long-term skill shortage. They're looking for people in construction. They're looking for people in engineering. They're looking for finance and business, procurement managers, health and social services, ICT, electronics, telecommunications, and the list goes on and on and on. Science, recreation, hospitality, and tourism, trades, right? And so that's New Zealand. That's number 3. That's number 3. That's number 3. Let's look at number 2. Let's look at number 2. I know we're going fast, but I want to give you everything I got. Everything I got. Number 2. We ready? What do we think number 2 is? Number two. What do we think number 2 is? Number two. Number 2 coming in is Australia. Australia is number 2. All right. This is the Australia government. Make sure y'all can see. Okay, this is what they're looking for. This is their skill list. Now here, this is what helps you. I'll talk about it after this. Let me go through this because I'll start and I won't be quiet, right? Skilled occupation list. So this is what they're looking for. Regional, what is this? Health worker, hospitality managers, accountants, actors, dancers, and other entertainers, actuary, acupuncturist, advertising manager, advertising specialist, aeronautical engineer, aeroplane pilot. These are just the A's. So imagine, right? This is, what country did we say this was, y'all? Australia. That's coming in at a strong number 2. They got a lot. That was just the A's. That's just the A's. That's just the A's. That's just the A's. Coming in at number 1. It's glitchy, Andrea. Can y'all see me? Can y'all? Am I gone? Did y'all see that now? Am I gone? I can see y'all. Yeah, it's been really glitchy. I don't know what's happening. Did I lose y'all? Oh no. You can see me, Paula? Okay. We got you. Okay. Number 1, nobody was right. Nobody was right. It's Canada. They need your help real bad. Real bad. Like real bad. They need your help, y'all. Canada needs your help real bad. And guess what? They pay more than the US. They need your help real bad. Real bad. Let's go to Canada. Now I'm going to drop these links for y'all, so don't worry, okay? Don't worry. I got you. Here we go. So here's what they're looking for. And they need you real bad, okay? They even put it in tiers. Tier 0. We need management folks in advertising, marketing, public relations, and financial managers. We need financial advisors, software engineers, computer network and web technicians, medical laboratory technologists, bakers, dental assistants, home child care providers, retail, landscaping. Find your tier, and they tell you everything that you need to do. Find your code and all of that, right? And so Canada is the number 1, right? So here's the thing. This is a government website, but Canada has provinces, right? Like we have states and all of that. So each province has a different list. So I would check them out if I'm looking and see where they have a critical need, right? That where they have a critical need. Here's some things that you've probably heard about before, but maybe never have gotten them a thought. Teaching people English in other countries, right? You don't necessarily have to be certified. I think there's a perception out there that you have to be certified. So I'm going to give you a site that you can go to. Here's the thing about this. Sometimes they put you up. They pay for where you live and food and all of that. If you want to get away for a couple months and you want to help as well. And you might even get a little bit of pay, right? Let me share this with you as well. I know I'm going in and out the screen, but I want to share it with you. I'm going to share with you this website. Write this down. It's called teachaway.com. Now, don't just think you have to be a teacher, okay? Because you don't. What this is, to think of this like a staffing agency, and a popular, let me go back, see if it'll show. A popular one is Nova. Nova, I've heard great things about them. Let me click on it and see if you all will be able to see. They currently have 30 vacancies. Remember, I said I was going to share with you who's hiring right now in Japan as an English instructor. So I would call up Nova and say, hey, so here's the English instructor up to 100,000 yen, various locations, company arranged studio apartments. I wasn't lying to y'all. They give you a place to stay. It's ongoing. They need 30 people, y'all. They need 30 people. All right. So again, you got options. You got options. You got options. You got options. Let me pause for a minute and make sure we're okay. Sandra said, don't tell me that. Canada is my second choice. Yeah. Number 1, they need help. They need help. Ooh, Jay Rich, right. Costa Rica. A lot of people go to Costa Rica and work as well. Another one you all is Annette said, I'm calling my niece tonight. Where's she at, Annette? She live in Canada? Camille said Canada. I know, right? I know. I wouldn't have thought that either, Camille. Nice and close. That's right. That's very true. I wouldn't have thought that either. Here's another one, y'all. They have a need. It's NATO. It's NATO. I'm going to share my screen. I don't want to make y'all dizzy, though. I know I'm hopping in and out, and I apologize for moving so fast, but I want to give you all of this. NATO is also hiring. Now, NATO is the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, and they're made up of 31 countries, right? I want to share with you. Well, I'll let you go to the site, right? I won't take up time doing it, but let me just show you the site where they posted this. They need some help. It's very telling, though, y'all. Think about, like I always peel back the layers. And why do y'all need help? Like, what's really going on? They need help. Let me show you. They even did a video. Hold on. We're gonna pause. We're gonna take our time on this one, okay? I won't move so fast because I want y'all to get this, because this is a good one. Hold on. I'm gonna go here. Okay. Careers at NATO. What they did, and I'm gonna show you one more and we'll wrap up. Let's check out the video. You ready?
Welcome. I'm really glad to see that you are interested in a career in NATO, and I can tell you these are extraordinary times for the Alliance. NATO mission is about safeguard of 1 billion people, and challenges in front of us are incredible. So we need a diversified workforce working with us. You can be a technician, you can be a financial expert, you can be a cybersecurity expert, and you can be a diplomat. And we would like to have your skill and competencies with us. So if you are determined to contribute to the mission of this alliance, please submit your application. Diversity is one of our strengths in NATO. And we would like to have our workforce composed of representatives and citizens of all our allied nations. So if you are a citizen of allied nations, please submit your application. A career in NATO is an amazing journey. I hope you will experience yourself. I'm looking forward to work with you.
He's looking forward to working with you. You heard what he said. Now listen, they break down everything. Here's the 6 tips for applying. They show you how to apply. They give you the vacancies, right? They give you to learn more about the various employment agencies. They talk about what they do as an employer. They talk about D&I. They give you an infographic on the hiring process. They tell you who exactly they're looking for, okay? They have critical need right now. So you can go to the site. And again, I'm going to give you all the sites, the information, or you can just Google it yourself, right? And they're looking for a skill set. Check it out. Look at it. There's 31 countries that make up NATO. You can see, where you want to work and what you want to do. If this is of interest to you, let me see if I can hop over here, because I doubt that I can, but if I can, it'll be easier. Can y'all see this? If I do that, let me see if it'll do it. Can y'all see that? Oh, it worked. Okay. This is the last one I'll share. Work in Lithuania. They have a critical need as well. They created an entire web page because they want people to come to Lithuania. Apply, get hired, relocate. You can get hired and work there in 14 days. All right. Discover Lithuania. Browse the jobs. Lithuania means opportunities. International companies in tech, finance, and engineering are thriving in Lithuania. Fortune 500 superstars and tomorrow's unicorns are looking for the drive and knowledge that you can bring. This is who's hiring over there in Lithuania. It's a place to build the life that you want. Relaxed, inspiring, it's open. Here's some success stories. Ricardo said, hey, I worked at Deloitte. I transferred. I'm a pricing consultant. I moved. I just went over there to Lithuania. All right. There's a lot more, right? Be discovered. You can create an account, and Lithuania needs you now. They created an entire website because they need people. It's called workinlithuania.com. Y'all got it? I think we looked at that. All right. I gave y'all what I got. I got more, but I don't want to. I think we good, right? What I'll do, I'll break this down into a YouTube video as well, and I'll give you some more sites. But I wanted to give you something. I always want to make sure you walk away with something. Okay. What do we think about tonight? Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Do you like the video? What do we think? Jay Rich said, wow, never thought about NATO. I know, right? The U.S. is a member of NATO. That's it, Paula. That's it. That's it, y'all. Oh my God, I came back from 6 weeks. Yeah, y'all should check out her pictures on IG. Beautiful. I can make it 29. 29. Teresa gonna let them know. Y'all need 30. I just need 29. Oh, y'all like the information? Okay, all right. Oh, thank you, Miss Sure. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. I try my best to give you stuff that you can use, right? That you can use. Oh, you did. Oh, T, thank you. Okay, good, y'all. Good. Yeah, check it out, you all. I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to go through some things, right? It's just like, just think about it, put some thought to it. And if it's something that you've been interested in, and y'all don't know what we doing over here in the US, y'all know. We got a whole election coming up. We got, people in there, they don't want to get along. They may shut the government down in a couple days. It's always something popping off on here. I remember I went to where'd I go? Greece. And I went to this restaurant and I was sitting there, and the guy that owned the restaurant, he's pouring my water and he's like, where are you from? I shared the story before for some of y'all. Where are you from? I told him in the US. And I said, have you ever been? He was like, no. He said, I'll never go to the US. And I was like, why? Why do you say that? And he had disdain for the US. He was like, they're greedy. They don't care about people. I hate the US. I was like, oh, okay. He could not stand the US. And I was like, man, I didn't know they felt like that about us. He was a nice guy, but it was just like very much disdain for the US. What do you mean, Susie Q? Do they care about what your age is? In Lithuania or the visa thing? I'm very careful when saying whether something is a divine connection or not. But what I will say is that I just told my friend that I had a dream about working at the UN, and here comes. Hey, Sanja. Hey. I mean, I don't believe in coincidences myself, And said, my daughter taught 5th grade boys in Seal for. Wow, that's amazing. And so, am I saying it right, Angela? So, wow, that's something. I want to go to Vietnam as well. I heard it was really pretty. I heard they have beautiful beaches there. Thank you for all this. It gave me think. Oh, see, that's exactly what I want to do, Camille. I want to just get you out of thinking, because I know you have so much to offer. I know you have so much to offer because you like me. We are a lot alike, and you're like me. And I remember sitting in my cube at that job, and I was, it's just like, it's got to be more. It's just like, there has to be more. And I'm asking God, and I'm like, it's got to be more. I have this feeling on the inside, there has got to be more. And there is, y'all. There is, but I promise you, it's not going to fall out of a tree. You gotta do something, right? There's a quote that I love, and it says, and I shared it with you, I think a few sessions ago, and it says, if you start walking, the path will be created for you. All you got to do is take a step towards it. All you got to do. What happens when I start researching stuff for us on here? I start going down this hole and start seeing all this stuff. It's because I just start. And some of you get analysis paralysis and you get stuck in here because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do on LinkedIn, or I don't know what to do with my skills. And do I have transferable skills? And what would I, not just moving abroad, but just moving, just allowing yourself to be open to other options. I don't want you to miss out. That's the only reason why I share and do this every week for free, because I would have missed out. And you know what? It was shocking to me, the things that I didn't know. It was so much I didn't know because I was in the mind frame of just, I knew like when I wanted another job or stuff, I knew that because that's just how we're taught. But when I was able to open my mind, it's like, it's so much out here that it's like Dorothy, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. I didn't know. So my goal and my purpose, my mission, my calling, I know, is to share with you what the stuff I do know. And we gonna learn this together, y'all. We're gonna learn it together. We're gonna learn it together. We're gonna learn it together. We're gonna learn it together, y'all. Who's Susie Q? Who discriminates against older workers? We don't want to. We don't want to think about that, right? We want to decide what it is we want to do, and then we just want to go for it. If we find that's the issue, then we still keep going, right? We don't want to think about that first and have that stop us. Let's go for what we want. And on the path, we know in life there will be trials and tribulations. We already know this, but that's not going to stop us. We're going for what we want, right? We're going for what we want because we got one of these things called life. And we don't do it now. When we going to do it, y'all? It's another year that's flew by. Every year gets faster and faster for us. Already fourth quarter next week this time. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Of course, I think Dot was telling us, right? We're going to be cautious. We're going to look and we're going to make sure. One thing that I do, and I've been blessed enough to travel to almost 30-something countries, I will go and visit and come back. I went to Thailand once and I was on the tour bus, and the lady that was giving the tour broke my heart. It happened to me twice. She said, and I always ask, I'm the type of person when I travel, I don't do the touristy things. I like to be with the locals. I want to just engulf into what they're about and what they do. That's just me, right? And so I'm talking to her, and she's the person driving, she's sitting down, and she turned around and she was talking to me. And I like to sit in the front so I can take pictures out the big window. But anyway, I was like, have you ever been to the US? She was like, no, but I dream of going. She said, I look at all the magazines. And she said, I keep them with me, and I look at all the magazines, and I go through all of the pictures, and I look and see. And I'm like, you should come. She's like, no. And I'm like, why? She's like, I can't come. And I'm like, why? I said, come to the US. You'll love it. She's like, they won't let us come. I'm like, who? I'm ready to fight. I'm like, who? And she said, it's a whole government thing. Y'all know how blessed we are? It breaks my heart. I'm almost want to get emotional about it. It breaks my heart. Then I realized how blessed we are, y'all. Just little things we take for granted, that we can travel over there and experience their work. And some of them will never, ever, ever, ever get to see outside their box. And some of you won't even go outside your box. It makes you smarter. It makes you wiser. When you travel, when you learn new things, when you tap into your options. And I'm passionate because I've done it and I know how it's changed my life. I'm not talking to a woman tomorrow that has business in Senegal. Who would have thought that, me sitting in my cube working for Microsoft? I couldn't imagine, but I took a step. I tapped into my options. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I'd be lying to you if I told y'all I had it all together and this was a plan. It was God's, but not mine. But I knew doggone for sure, there was something in me saying there's more. And I got to figure out what the heck it is. That's what I want for you. That's what I want for you. The second place, and I'll wrap it up, I went to was Egypt. And I was with some other ladies, and they went shopping. I was sitting outside, and I was sitting on the sidewalk, and a guy was there. And I said the same thing. I had him on camera, but it was an old phone. I don't know where the video is. And I said, why don't you come to the US? And he started talking about hip hop. He was a younger person, hip hop stuff. He's like, I would love to go. I'm like, come. He said, I can't come. I said, why? And I think he said, you need to have $30,000 in the bank before you can travel. Their government needs to know that you got a way to come back. It's just, it blows my mind. They can't eat. They can't go. If they don't have that kind of money, they'll never get to see outside. They'll never get to see. And I'm not saying if you don't want to try, I'm just saying just from even from a micro level of getting outside of what you think about the skills that you have. Experience other things, y'all. Please. Experience other things. That's my hope and my prayer. That's my hope and my prayer. All right, I'm gonna shut up. What y'all saying? Rhoda says I'm on it. Rhoda says I'm on it. I'm on it. I love it. Ms. Shura said, I think this just reminds me that we are global citizens, period. And first, it is so important to expand and grow. We can make my girl. That's it. We can make anything happen, y'all. We are global citizens. This is a global society. You're working in distributed teams right now. The pandemic shut everything down. Everybody's global right now. If you don't think you are, you already behind the 8 ball. If you're not on platforms where you can be seen as a global person, Teresa can put her whole trip of Japan. People know now, oh, she's got experience. Let me just reach out to her. We need to know how to set up a PMO over here. Right? Dr. Ben, Angela said her niece, her daughter, whomever. This is experiences, y'all, that you can put out there. But nobody will know. You think that all you can do is get up and go in your office or go to that job. And do you think that's all you can do with your skills? It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Vietnam, Nha Trang, Ho Chi Minh City is everything. I would love Paula to go to Vietnam. I've heard wonderful things about Vietnam. The beaches is what I heard. That's it, Paula. You don't know what you don't know. Ms. Shura said, keep going. There are no denials. Only, ooh, I love it. Redirections. Ooh, I'm writing that down because I lose it once it's heard. I love Ooh, I love that. I love that. It's so true. People don't like Americans. Now, I got a different story. I won't tell it. For Dubai, that was a horrible experience. Sandra said, our pastor has been preaching about having a blueprint for your life and pursuing your vision of that's it. I love that. A blueprint for your life, y'all. Wonderful message, Kelly. I'm about to step toward all. I know that's right. T will do it too. She ain't a talker. She'll do it. T will do it too. I've seen her in action. Hey, Susie Q, you're welcome, hon. You're welcome. I know it's a concern, especially if you've been hit with that before. So I wasn't fussing at you. You know I love you. I know I love you. But I want us to think it's not just positive talk, right? And there is discrimination. And it is what it is, right? But I know you're beautiful. I've talked to you and I know that you have something to offer. And sometimes like I said, analysis by paralysis, we stifle ourselves because we think about things sometimes that haven't even happened before, haven't even happened yet, right? Or at all. Let me not say yet. Things that have not even happened, right? But I get it. I totally get it. And I'm guilty. I'm guilty, especially when we're our age. We have so much, we have so many experiences. It can jar our thinking about things because we've like this is going to happen because it's happened before. I'm not going to get this job with it, but I've had to recondition my mind, and I had to I'll say I had to unlearn some things, and one of them was the way that I think. Right, and so you're not by yourself, Susie Q. I know people think that because it's real and it happens to people. It's real. It does happen. It does happen. All right, y'all. I promise I'm going to let you go. Y'all know I can talk to y'all all night. Thumbs up if y'all liked it, like the video. I'll see y'all next week. Again, hop in the Discord, y'all. We're in there. We're talking. We're chatting it up at all times, right? We're just in there. I'll drop all the links before. Check tomorrow on the YouTube channel, and I'll put the links in there, okay? I love y'all. Have a good night. This was great. I hope you all enjoyed and got something out of it. I'll see y'all next Tuesday. Have a great week and a great weekend. We're in fourth quarter next week. I love y'all. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.